June of 2004, our life took a different turn that we didn't expect. One Sunday morning, we got up to go to church, and Kenny rolled out of bed to get ready for church, and he couldn't walk. His legs didn't work. He was in excruciating pain.
My legs continued to get weaker. The muscle mass in my legs was going away, and I've always been in very good shape and had very powerful legs. And so to suddenly lose the ability to walk without help was just horrifying.
What's hard being the other person not going through this is knowing that there's nothing you can do to help them.
We're very fortunate that the doctor we had, Dr. Pilgrim's been tremendous. He spent as much time with us as we needed. You know, it wasn't just a 15-minute doctor visit. He'd spend 2 hours in there. So we'd make appointments late in the day so he could just sit there, and he didn't care. But he was as diligent as we were. He'd take my file home and go through medical books because he couldn't figure it out. So we've ended up calling it Pilgrim's disease because it's what we've done. But to this day, we still don't know everything that's gone on. We went to Karen's boss's house on a Sunday afternoon, and we stopped by and took him something. I don't remember what it was, and he'd been talking to Karen about this new product that he had, and Karen said, "Don't you even think about asking him. He doesn't want to hear it. He's been asked by everybody in the world, so don't even start." So we got there, and he took an opportunity, and he said, "Listen, I've got something that I want you to try." And he says that if anything, it'll give you, more energies, because Karen says you're not sleeping. He says, "Well, you try it. If the worst thing can happen is," he says, "if it gives you more energy, that's great, and you can sleep, and you can get through the day." And I said, "Well, sure." I said, because it's you, and because, we have a relationship already, I said, "I'll try it." And that was kind of the start of this whole thing. And started it on Monday morning, and Karen noticed as soon as I got home because I wasn't sleeping on the bed when she got home.
He would come home from work a couple hours before I did, and he slept. He would doze on and off, on and off. He would just lay down on the bed. For 2.5 years, all he did was get through work, a day of work, and then he'd spend the rest of the day and the night trying to gear up for the rest of the day. That first day I came home, and we were actually having a conversation, and I thought, "Oh wow, okay, I didn't think anything much of it." But then the next day we had another conversation, just talking about our day, and it was about day 3.
Day 3 was huge.
Day 3 was huge for us because it was about 11:30 at night. And we're talking about everything, and we're watching TV, and it just dawned on me that we hadn't done this in 2.5 years.
The best part of this thing was that every single day of that first week was a new height, a new opportunity to kind of stretch my legs a little bit. And some friends at work asked me if I wanted to go out and play golf. But for me at this point to be feeling good and have an opportunity to go out, and it happened to be a Saturday afternoon, and it was beautiful, and I wanted to go because I wanted to have an opportunity to see what my body was going to do, because I felt really good for the first time in years. And I started to play and hit the ball well, and my hands felt good and my legs felt good, and got through 3 holes, and that was a huge accomplishment. And next thing you know, I was through 9 holes. And then I was through 18 holes and played good. The biggest test now was, okay, I'm getting ready to go to sleep. Well, I didn't need any pain meds at all. And I felt terrific. And Karen figured, well, okay, this is the pattern. Okay, you're not going to be able to move tomorrow. So she didn't even set the alarm for church. And I pop up out of bed at 9 o'clock and run into the kitchen, and she didn't know what to say. I mean, she was pretty shocked by the whole thing. And every single day since then has been better than the day before. Every single day. I've learned a lot about what this product is and what it's done for me and my body, and what glutathione is and how it works. I'm not going to tell you that it's cured me. The best part of this whole thing is after 8 weeks we went in to see my doctor again, and he didn't know that I was on this. And he came into the office, and I was sitting there, and he had his file, and we're good friends at this point because we've been such a big part of each other's lives now. So he kind of looked at me and he said, "Hey Kenny, what's going on?" And I stopped him at the door, and I got up and I walked all the way to the other end of the office and turned around and walked back. And I wish I had a camera to see the look on his face because he didn't know what to say. So huge change, and it's because of the way the glutathione was working in my body, and obviously it kicked my immune system into overload, into overdrive, and it worked because things changed very rapidly for me. I don't know if it will do that for everybody as quickly as it did for me, but that's the miracle that our life was. It's been a tremendous ride. I can honestly say that because of what this has done for me and how I feel about the product, if I had to go through this again for 2.5 years to get to the point I am now and be able to introduce this to people that are as bad off or in different ways than I was, I'd do it again.